Hello everyone, welcome to the XoroERP bank reconciliation rule tutorial. We're going to cover in this guide how to create a bank reconciliation rule. So let's go ahead and pull up the rule page. So what this basically means is, let's say every month you have a transaction that keeps happening, and instead of manually creating a journal entry every time that transaction takes place and reconciling it, you can create a rule, and based on the criteria of that rule, it's going to match with that transaction, and it's going to ask you if you want to automatically generate a journal entry and reconcile it all in one click. So this is a good way to save a little time if you know a transaction is always taking place. So let's say every month you buy some food and drinks and you want to catch that transaction from the bank. So let's call this the food and drink reconciliation rule. And let's say you spend money, and that's a rule type that we want to try to catch. So if it's a credit, if you're receiving money into the account, then you want to select that. Otherwise, if it's a debit, you're spending money, you want to select that. This is which account this rule applies to. So you can apply it to a specific account or all accounts. Let's just choose all account. And when the journal entry gets generated from this rule, you can select which of these four categories is going to be the reference number. So maybe we'll choose description. And I'll go back to this match in just a sec, but this is the search criteria that we want to search for. So let's say the payee contains the term coffee house, because let's say we always get coffee from the coffee house. And I know that this transaction always has a blank category. So I'm going to select category, contains, is empty. And now what you can do is you can match any of these criteria. So either one of these or all of these. And based on that, it's going to match the transaction from this rule. So let's go ahead, select any if we want it to match from any one of these. And here you can add fixed lines from the transaction. So let's go ahead and add a fixed line. A fixed line basically means that this is how the line is going to appear on the transaction. And your variable lines is whatever leftover amount there is after the fixed line, that will get distributed according to this percentage here. So let's add a fixed line. Let's say $5. I can select a store here. Let's go ahead, choose a store. I can select the account. I can associate an entity with it. I can choose a tax. I can add a memo. Let's go ahead. Let's just say it's a fixed line. Click on add. And you can make some changes at the bottom here too. So you can change the store, the account, amount, memo, and so forth. Let's go ahead, add a variable line. So what we can do actually is we can set a percentage. So whatever leftover amount is after the fixed value line, we can add a percentage. So let's go ahead, let's put this one as 50% for Coast Capital. I'm going to click on add. And let's choose one more account. And let's also choose 50%, click on add. So this percentage has to add up to 100% because the remaining amount after the fixed amount has to be taken care of. So now that we have our rule in place, let's go ahead, click save. Click OK. And the rule has now been saved.